Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jamila, and today we're going to be talking about something that every single content creator struggles with at some point: coming up with fresh and engaging content ideas. Listen, right now it probably feels like your mind is empty. Thoughts, where are they? Because it feels like you're either coming up with ideas that everybody in your niche is doing, or you're running to AI and it just keeps spitting out the same ideas because it's just regurgitating everything that's already on the internet. Or you do come up with cool ideas, but it is exhausting, it is taxing, it takes everything out of you. You do not need to reinvent the wheel every single time with every single content idea. There are so many tools and strategies and resources that can help you generate endless ideas. And I'm gonna walk you through my exact process today. We're diving into AI and SEO tools, platform-specific features like TikTok's creator search insights, which honestly feels like cheating, and some creative techniques that'll help you think outside the box and create content that truly stands out. And below this video, you'll see a content and series idea vault. I'm constantly uploading it every month. You will get access to this free of charge with this purchase. You get ideas on the regular, so even if you can't come up with any, and even if the ones you're getting from AI is not that great, even with all the tools and resources and strategies I'm showing you, you'll still get some from my brain. So let's get into it. So if you're ready to never run out of content ideas again, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and let's get into it.
This is The Hyphenate.
Okay, so first things first is I would definitely use the resources at your disposal. AI is big right now, and before that was SEO tools. I 100% believe you should be using both. There are, of course, the popular ones like ChatGPT. I personally use Claude. Those are the great AI tools that you can use. There is also SEO tools like Ubersuggest, Answer the Public, SEMrush. They have free and paid versions, so you can use the free versions and see which one you like more. And if you're willing to, you can invest in others. Then there's also Google Trends. And even when you type into Google, you'll see that it has autocomplete. Look at all those ones in the suggestion box. Those are content ideas as well. You can use these as an outline and a foundation to build on with more content ideas. When I'm using AI, personally, I use Claude. I use this prompt and plug it in, and it'll help come up with creative content ideas, because again, AI just kind of regurgitates whatever's on the internet. So this prompt helps me come up with actually creative content ideas when I use AI. After using this prompt in AI and using an SEO tool to come up with an outline for your content, then I would go look at your competitors and see what they're doing. And hopefully you did look at who your competitors are in your content strategy section of the whole content creation process, which is the first step. Hopefully you did that. And if you don't know what to do, I've got a video on that, so you can watch that now. But look at what they're doing and see if anything inspires you. You don't want to copy them, obviously, but you can still use it as inspiration. And again, a lot of people are doing kind of the same thing, but putting their own creative spin on it. So use that as inspiration. The next thing, I mentioned this before, TikTok's creator search insight tool. I swear it's like cheating. It is so helpful. Not only does it show you suggested ideas based on your niche and what you've already posted, but it'll show you what's trending. But I would say look at the suggested section, because it's just better, personally, in my opinion. Not only can you save the idea, but when you click on it, it shows you so much. It shows you the top content for that idea of that topic. It shows you like a brain map or a word map, I forget what it's called, of related searches, related topics, related ideas, and it gives you an outline for the actual content. It gives you a plan, it gives you an intro, a beginning, and an end with the CTA. It is so helpful. It is basically like cheating. Y'all, use TikTok creator search insights. Even if you're not on TikTok, I honestly think that you should just get an account and just use it, because you can use it for great videos, for Instagram, for YouTube Shorts, for LinkedIn, for Pinterest. It is so helpful. Use it. It is such a great resource. Next thing, you've heard of doom scrolling. I like to think of it as the strategic scroll. I like to call it the strategic scroll. So you can set a timer, maybe for an hour and a half, even just 30 minutes, and go on the Instagram Explore tab, go on Instagram Reels, go on Pinterest as well, because Pinterest is really more of an SEO tool than it is in a social media platform. You'll find top content in those places. It'll be aesthetic. It'll be from the best creators, hopefully like-minded creators based on what you're already posting and liking and sharing on those social media platforms, Instagram and Pinterest. It will curate obviously based on what you like, and then it'll show you the top content for other competitors. Maybe you didn't even consider them before, or just again inspire you and help you come up with ideas. Save it to a folder, and I again think that you should try and organize everything as much as possible. Save it to a specific collection. So for me, for example, on Pinterest you can create boards, and I have boards for specific topics. Same thing with my Instagram. I have saved for content ideas ideas for inspiration specifically. Then I have some that's like marketing I love. Like I separate things into their own little buckets. So if you, for example, have a niche, but you have kind of different niches. So for me, for example, I would do like corporate baddie lifestyle vlogs versus the more content creator baddie kind of stuff, right? I would find content that I like and make sure that if it's something related to the corporate baddie, I save it to that folder. If it's related to the content creator baddie, I save it to that folder. So it's separated. And so when I want to create content for something related to a specific part of like my niche, I can go to the specific folder that I save that content to and use it as inspiration. So definitely do that too. And then creative techniques to help you think outside the box. One thing is to look outside of your niche and industry. Even though I said that, you know, your FYP will curate based on what you like, the content that you share, you can create content and pull for inspiration from completely unrelated niches, because if you spin it in your own way, it'll be something completely unique and different. I'm sure you've seen trends that are like, oh, this is so cool, and people use it in different ways. That's an example of that, right? So that's one way of thinking outside the box, but there are so many other creative techniques that you can use. I have a freebie called Creative Copywriting 101, and it has 21 creative writing techniques that all the big wigs use at agencies and creative advertising agencies. And yes, it is called creative copywriting, but these techniques can still be used for anything in the creative process. And I think if you look into these, you will think outside the box when it comes up with creating your content and coming up with unique ideas. So you can download that. The link is just down below, so you can grab that, download it for free. It's $0. But just to give you an example of one of the creative techniques that I have in this freebie, paraprosdokian. I had to look to see how I pronounce it, but it's basically a figure of speech where the latter part of the sentence is phrased in an unexpected way that it makes you completely reinterpret the first part of the sentence. So there's this very famous ad from the Lung Association, which is one of the best uses of this technique that I've ever seen. For more information on lung cancer, keep smoking. Like, that completely makes you stop, pause, and reinterpret the first part of the sentence. And I think that this technique, paraprosdokian, is a great technique to use for your creative content ideation process. So use this one, but what I would honestly do is look through all the 21 creative writing techniques in this freebie and come up with ideas for every single one. Try to come up with 10 and see what you come up with. Again, set a timer for 30 minutes, an hour and a half, and actually write it out with a pen and paper. Try it, just try it, and let me know what you think. Comment below and see how it did for you. And in my content creator mini course, hub, and idea vault, I have content and series ideas, right? This is a constantly updating idea vault. Every single month, I just add ideas that I have, and it's based on the categories and the brand. So for example, it could be for a business brand, it could be for a personal brand. I reference the inspiration, so if you still can't conceptualize it and see it in your mind's eye, I have inspiration links so you can actually see it in action. And then ways to make this yours. So again, it's done before usually, or maybe I come up with a completely different. So this reference link might be blank. So you might actually have to get creative with it. But I still have a column that's about ways to make this your own. So whether it's an idea that I've seen and I added to the idea bank, or it's something that's original to me, I give commentary on how you can use this for yourself. This is constantly updating every single month. And then there's also series ideas. And this is a series that I do every weekend on my Instagram story. So actually, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll actually see I have a highlight pinned to the top of my page called Series Ideas, and I call it Series Saturday. So every Saturday, if you go to my Instagram Storyteller Studios, you'll see a question box and it says, tell me your niche, and I'll give you content and series ideas. And you can just do that. And I save them all to my highlights, so they're all there, but I've added them as well to this resource as well. So you'll see them separated by the industry and the niche. So it's email marketing, human design coaching, podcaster, African and Caribbean grocery store, like it's all added in here. So you don't have to go to the Instagram highlight if you don't want to. When you get this resource, you will just be able to have access to all the series ideas. Again, it's constantly updating. You don't have to pay for a subscription. You just get access to the content and series idea vault by having this resource. So even though you're gonna be using all the tools and strategies and resources that I tell you about, like using AI, using SEO, looking at your competitors, using TikTok Creator Search Insights, using the freebie that I just mentioned, and coming up with ideas using every single writing technique in the book, setting a timer and strategic scrolling on Instagram Reels, the Explore tab, and Pinterest, you'll also have ideas straight from my brain, as well as from what I see in the wild, and I'm like, this is amazing. We need to add this to the vault. It is now available for purchase. You can find the link in the description. You can grab it, and basically not only is it a constantly updating vault of ideas that you just get. So again, you never run out of content ideas, but it's also a mini course. I teach you how to create a content strategy, how to create content for specific platforms and mediums. I help you with planning and scheduling your content. There are templates in here, and it's also a template in itself. It's a hub. It's a content hub where you can house all of your content stuff. You've been wanting to step up your content game. This will help you do that. So grab that. Make sure you like this post if you haven't already. Subscribe below so you don't miss any content from me in the future. And comment below what you thought about this video, if it helped you. If you want any other tips on content creation and social media and stuff like that, I'll make sure to add it to my list and make a video in the future. But I hope you like this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.